Hedley, we've just completed episode 20. We're now working on season 3 of Bronwyn. You said at the beginning that you thought that this was a case that can be solved. How has your level of confidence or your level of understanding about this story changed in those months that you've been actively working on it?
My level of confidence about it being solved is stronger because of the new information that has come to light, the new witnesses who have come forward, people like Judy Singh and others. And it just seems so wrong that there hasn't been a prosecution, that this case that was so circumstantially powerful in 2002, when a coroner recommended that it go to the DPP for a prosecution for murder, nothing had happened. And in subsequent attempts by the police to reverse the Director of Public Prosecution's decision, again, no green light from the DPP. And you look at the case and you say, okay, there's a missing body, but in so many other ways, there's a powerful case of foul play that points to one person possibly being responsible. And, you know, we don't say that person must have done it, but I do think that there's a really strong argument that a jury should be asked to work it out. It should be put before a jury to make that consideration. But it won't go before a jury until the office makes that decision. I just reflect on the fact that we've gone a long way. We've done that without help from the police. We've done that independently with the goodwill of our listenership, with people coming forward who hadn't previously come forward, and people who had previously been interviewed wanting to do their bit and say more. And we've got a fair way to go, but I'm hopeful that we'll get there.
Andy and Michelle, having lived with this for so long, one interpretation of the fact that Bronwyn disappeared and that really no proper police work immediately was done to find out where she had gone or what had happened, and not dissimilar to the case of Lynn Sims in the teacher's pet matter. One interpretation of that is that nobody cared, that the police didn't care, that Australia as a society didn't really care about women who went missing. After this investigation, it's very clear that people do care. Hundreds of thousands of people are listening. People are coming forward to help you and to help Hedley. What does that tell you about Australia and where we are today?
Well, when you think about it, back 31 years ago, and Bronwyn was meant to have walked out the door and got into a car and rung somebody, well, I just find that ludicrous, because if she had done that, surely the person who, her friend, would have let us know. She's never used her bank account, and that was a big problem for Bronwyn, having money. She didn't earn very much, and I can't imagine she had access to much, and never gone to Medicare, and never contacted her children, who were her world. You know, that is the biggest thing to me, is that she has never contacted her girls.
Andy, has it given you a different understanding of the way Australia perceives women in situations like Bronwyn?
It's hard to say, isn't it? Because I'm not sure they've learnt, whether we're talking about the police or the DPP, I don't think they've learnt too many lessons since '93, because, and I don't mean to be hard on them, but we're in a, you know, it's absolute crisis stage at the moment. There's been walks, marches, representations to various parliament houses and all sorts of things, because it's an epidemic. And I think I think society's had enough of it. That's why it's getting so much traction through podcasts and through the media and through socials. We live in such a world now that's so viewable for everyone's coming and going and daily routine that it's something that's getting a lot of traction. And I think eventually they've got to wake up to themselves, and they've got to, get active. That's both. That's the police and the DPP, because we just can't believe these little one-off stories that loving mothers of young children just walk out the door. Just doesn't happen. Not really. Not in this world, really.